Right now at 10, the latest on a possible expansion of the Salvation Army of Dane County, how neighbors are reacting.
And it's been 35 years since Madison Memorial Football won a conference championship outright. We'll tell you if they are the Big 8 champs tonight in sports.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at 10.
Thanks for joining us. A chilly start to the weekend as freeze warnings are happening across southern Wisconsin.
Let's get a check on your first alert forecast with meteorologist Dana Fulton. Dana?
We hit our high temperature today at about 6 a.m. and since then our temps have just been falling. In the afternoon, of course, in the 40s, and right now we're in the upper 30s around Madison. Further north in the mid-30s right now, rapidly falling close to freezing. Compared to this time yesterday, it was over a 20-degree drop. Now, the good news, our Doppler track's pretty quiet right now in southern Wisconsin. No light showers coming on through, though we do have snow showers around the Twin Cities, and we are picking up some light flurries around La Crosse on our radar right now. But again, quiet for the rest of southern Wisconsin. There is still an alert day in the forecast tonight, though, because a freeze warning is in effect. Temperatures will fall below freezing by early Saturday morning, of course, causing an end to the growing season for much areas and a bitterly cold start to Saturday. But we'll take a closer look at what's ahead for the weekend in just a few minutes.
A proposal to expand the Salvation Army of Dane County is continuing to move through its earliest stages.
The group says an expansion to its East Washington Avenue location would allow them to provide more services. Adam Duxter caught up with the community leaders after a neighborhood meeting last night. Joins us now with the latest on the proposal. Adam.
Yeah, well, Eric, in Charlotte, this proposal is still exactly that, just a proposal. There's no current plans in place for the Salvation Army to start an expansion in the coming days. But last night, the leaders of the Tenney-Lapham neighborhood say they wanted to hear exactly what those living there think about the idea.
Patty Prime has called the Tenney-Lapham neighborhood home for decades.
Kind of eclectic mix, restaurants, yoga studios, coffee houses.
But over the course of the last 5 years, that neighborhood has grown by over 60%. And while for some, that means new high-rise buildings and places to eat, for those at the Salvation Army, she says it means having no place to stay.
They're in a position right now where they're turning families away. I think in the presentation they said last night on an average of 16 families a night.
Last spring, those with the Salvation Army came to her in the neighborhood council to propose an expansion. But neighbors say it's already a problem at the current size.
Even with the current capacity, they cannot handle all the people. There are like tens of them just like camping outside and sleeping over like outside and smoking and fighting and screaming.
Natalia Knudsen says she's experienced the negative side of living near the facility, what she says is already situated so close to other facilities in the area.
There is limits to everything, and where is the line? Like, how many people can you invite to this neighborhood?
At a meeting last night, she and other neighbors had a chance to voice those concerns. Although Prime says they don't necessarily speak for everyone.
There's a lot of people who see the need and feel that it's important for the neighborhood to support people who are homeless and need shelter.
But Knudsen says it's different when you're the one living across the street.
In this neighborhood, you already have too many facilities that are dedicated to homeless people. And increasing this specific building 4 times is going to put this region, this area in danger.
Prime says after last night's meeting, the neighborhood council is putting their findings into a study that they're going to pass on to the Common Council for their consideration. She says that study not leading specifically for or against the expansion, but simply put, they're giving all of that information over. When the Common Council, she expects to make a decision sometime in the next month.
All right, Adam Duxter joining us in Madison tonight. Adam, thank you very much. A new youth program being launched in Sauk County is aiming to give young, low-risk first-time offenders a second chance. The Juvenile Youth Diversion Program is geared toward those younger than 14 who commit crimes. Instead of putting a mark on their record, they can agree to sign up for a 4 to 6 week program at the Boys and Girls Club. The program's goal is to make a positive and lasting impact so they're not caught up in trouble in the future.
Goal is to help these kids identify with a positive peer group, have opportunities to engage in positive behavior.
More specific details about the program can be found on our website, channel3000.com. Amid the wet weather and the frost on the way, some hemp farmers in our area are working against the clock to harvest their crops. The Hansen family in Deerfield has operated a dairy farm for the last 60 years. This is their first season growing hemp. They planted nearly 30 acres They're calling friends, working as quickly as possible to strip the plants and dry them so that the crops don't develop mold. They've lost about 1/8 of their crop so far. Right now, they're putting in 12-hour days. They have about 10 more days left of harvesting, trying to finish up before the real cold sets in.
The United States is suspending a tariff hike on $250 billion worth of Chinese imports that was set to take effect Tuesday. China agreed to buy $40 billion to $50 billion in U.S. farm products as the world's two biggest economies reached a ceasefire in their 15-month trade war. The tariffs on $250 billion in Chinese imports was set to go up Tuesday from 25% to 30%.
It's homecoming week at UW-Madison. Students and alums, the Alumni Association, participating in a Madison tradition. For each gift given to the Wisconsin Alumni Association, a flamingo was put on Bascom Hill to represent how private support helps UW-Madison maintain its excellence in education, and over 1,300 of those flamingos filled the hill today.
Badger students, alumni, and fans celebrated at the UW Homecoming Parade. UW Chancellor Rebecca Blank and former director of the UW Marching Band, Mike Leckrone, made appearances at this parade. The event featured multiple bands, the UW Spirit Squad, some fun floats, and, of course, Bucky Badger. Some events happening tomorrow before the big game include the Badger Bash at Union South at noon. Badgerville at the Engineering Mall also happening at noon. A multicultural homecoming tailgate and watch party at the Pyle Center begins at 1:30. And finally at 2:30, the undefeated Badgers will take on the Michigan State Spartans at Camp Randall.
A new member is joining Lizzo's 'Cause I Love You 2 tour group after her stop in Madison last night. Underdog Pet Rescue of Wisconsin brought puppies to the Sylvie, where Lizzo performed Thursday for a puppy party. The entire group fell in love with one of those puppies, but one crew member actually adopted her. That puppy, now named Pocahontas, will join the group for the remainder of the tour. The founder of Underdog Pet Rescue says she appreciates Lizzo using her celebrity platform to promote shelters and rescues.
But especially when people like Lizzo go out of their way to tag us on their Instagram page, so many more people are going to learn about us. And whether it means an extra donation around the holidays, or whether it means somebody knows about us so that they can adopt their next pet through us.
Underdog Pet Rescue of Wisconsin will fulfill puppy parties in exchange for a donation to the rescue. There are also opportunities to volunteer, foster, and adopt.
We have a sad story to tell you about that affects one of our own here at News 3 Now.
Of course, too often we report on fatal vehicle crashes. Last night, we lost a member of our family. 24-year-old Levi Linscheid was killed in a Grant County crash. He is the younger brother, the only sibling of our colleague, morning anchor Leah Linscheid. They were very close siblings as well. The Grant County Sheriff's Office says his vehicle was discovered this morning at 7 o'clock after an overnight crash. His Jeep left the road, hit a guardrail before going over a cement barrier. They still don't know the cause of that accident.
Leah's family issued a statement. Levi will be remembered for his unmatched kindness, his commitment to God, and his endless love for his family. He was universally beloved. As a fitness instructor, his job was to teach and inspire. His memory will continue to do that in all the lives he touched. Our general manager, Tom Keeler, says the entire Morgan Murphy Media family is heartbroken, and we extend our most heartfelt condolences to Leah and her family. Leah, you and your family are front and center in all of our hearts and prayers, and we will all be with you every step along the way. Funeral arrangements for Levi are pending. We'll be right back. Meteorologist Dana Fulton joins us now from the backyard patio with a look at our weekend forecast. Hi, Dana.
Hey, it's a little chilly outside right now, also a little windy. And that's really how it's going to stay actually heading into this weekend. The good news, though, overnight we have a little bit of a break on our Doppler track. No showers or light snowfall expected for us tonight. We have some light snow up towards the Twin Cities. Just a partly cloudy sky right now as this first cold front is now moving off to the east. By Saturday morning, we may see just a little bit of sunshine and a little break before the clouds really build back in, and a second reinforcing cold front will pass right on through. Now, this second front might bring the opportunity for some light showers, maybe a few even snow showers sliding through late in the day on Saturday overnight into Sunday morning. Heading into Sunday, we're looking at a dry sky for the start of the work week, but we are looking at a very chilly trend also for the next several days. Overnight temperatures will fall through the 30s, landing close to 30 degrees for early Saturday with wind chills much lower than that. Saturday we'll be keeping a very close eye on that freezing line as the rain does travel south. Showers will be expected for areas southeast of Madison and Dane County, but areas northwest likely going to see some snow showers and flurries coming on through. By Sunday morning, mostly cloudy, and later in the day, a variably cloudy sky expected as high temperatures will yet again be in the middle 40s for Sunday. Wind chills for early Saturday, even into the late morning, will stay in the 20s, so please bundle up if you're heading on out early. It's going to be very cold outside. Overnight temperatures again falling through the 30s for us. We'll be landing overnight at about 31 for early Saturday morning in Madison. In the afternoon, high temperatures will be in the mid 40s. Notice that rain chance starts to pick up late in the afternoon, early in the evening, so likely after game time. That's the good news. But those isolated showers might turn into some light snowfall before we see the end to the precipitation. Now for Sunday morning, we're yet again in the 30s, and then in the afternoon, we will yet again be in the mid 40s, so a chilly weekend ahead. There is a freeze warning in effect for all of southern Wisconsin until 9 a.m. on Saturday. The concern, of course, overnight, anything sensitive, pets and plants definitely need to come inside because temperatures are going to be cold, wind chills are going to be even colder. Partly cloudy sky for us overnight. Wind speeds right now 10 to 15 miles per hour with wind gusts in the low 20s. Tomorrow afternoon, our high temperatures will be in the mid 40s. A little windy, a little chilly, and of course, those PM showers might mix with a little bit of snow. Saturday and Sunday, we're in the mid 40s. By the start of the next work week, though, partly sunny skies, so we get a little sunshine back for Monday in the mid to upper 40s for afternoon highs. And then through the rest of the work week, we're expecting those temperatures to climb just a little more, though it is still going to be a little below average, so a chilly stretch of days. The good news with that, though, expecting a dry trend as well. We can certainly use that dry weather staying with us for a little bit longer. That's a quick look at your forecast.
Well, hats, gloves, hot chocolate, Mother Nature testing us tonight because it is cold outside. I'm Melissa Kim. I'm not Wisconsin tough. That's Kevin Lewis. What about you?
Absolutely. Wisconsin tough.
Oh, gosh. Lots of history made tonight. First off, in the Big 8, Kevin.
Yes, I love dessert first, but tonight we put the game of the week on hold. Now, Kenny Loggins was footloose. Prince let us know what it sounds like when doves cry, and Tina Turner wanted to know what love had to do with it. It was 1984, the last time Madison Memorial won an outright Big 8 championship. Tonight, they could wrap it up with a win at Janesville Parker. First half action, Spartans already up 7-0. Jason Sinetti showing off that arm. Max Hazer all by his lonesome for the touchdown. 14-0 visitors. Later, Spartans driving again. Jaden Bott. Boom, 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 boom. Deep into Viking territory, out of bounds at the 1. 2 plays later, Sinetti, the keeper. No problemo. 21-0 Memorial. They rolled. Spartans win 49-6, winning their first outright Big 8 title in 35 years. Game of the week time. 5-2 Middleton hosting 5-2 Sun Prairie. Or other way around. No conference title at stake, but winning late sets you up with a home game in the first round of the playoffs. Cardinal on Cardinal battle in Sun Prairie. After a Middleton turnover, Brady Stevens going to the air to who else? Colin Schaefer. They've been doing it all Big 8 season. 13-7 home Cardinals at the half. First play of the second half. Callion Buckner had himself an evening. He is gone. 80 yards for the touchdown, and Middleton takes a 14-13 lead. Then from their own 6, it is Buckner again. Gets some daylight, and he was running. Watch this cut. Splits the defenders at the 30, and he will go again. Somebody hug me in the back of the end zone right now. Okay. More ground attack. Kewan Buford, not from as far, but just as effective. Middleton wins 35-19. The final. Jay Wilson with the post game.
Middleton with a big win at Sun Prairie. Callian Bucker had a huge night. 2 long touchdown runs. What's it like to run behind all those big dudes in front of you?
To be honest, it's fantastic. I mean, I love it. Whenever I get the chance to, I take as much as I can, 100% each play.
Can you take us through those long touchdown runs? What do you see and what do you think?
Daylight. All I saw was daylight. I took off. My linemen did everything they needed to do. I give everything to them. 100% credit to them.
This team has now won 4 in a row. What's been the difference the last few weeks?
To be honest, everything. We took all of our losses. We took everything in. We just built off of that. Everything. We got prepared for Sun Prairie, came out here and executed everything.
That's a bbig road win. Middleton goes to 6-2 on the season.
Jay, thank you. Madison La Follette hosting Madison East for homecoming first quarter. Lancers Ben Probst finds Charlie Kunkel for the score. 7-0 home team early. Ensuing kickoff. Special teams. Oh, it's a live ball. Lancers would fall on it at the bottom of the pile. That would lead to this. Grady Roth fights his way in for the score. La Follette building a lead, and they kept adding on. They like homecoming, apparently. Roth, being a workhorse tonight, takes it in for a 6-pack of points. La Follette wins 39-8, the final score. 2 other finals from the Big 8. Madison West triples Janesville Craig 36-12, and Verona no problems at home against Beloit Memorial.
Meanwhile, Capital Conference matchup at Lake Mills tonight. It's the farewell tour for the L-Cats home field. Tonight is the last time they'll play at Campus Field at the middle school. Next year, they'll move to the high school. And for the occasion, it's a chance to secure the Capital North Conference title. Hosting Lodi tonight, both teams with 1 win this season. Lots of kids there in the student section. 7-0 L-Cats. Lodi answering. Colton Nicolay punches it in from 5 yards out. We are tied at 7. Later, 14-7 Lake Mills. Adam Moan hits Matthew Johnson. He will do the rest, taking it 65 yards all the way to the house, 21-7. Then Lodi punting. We love special teams.
Oh, yes.
Hunter Buchel blocking, recovering, and scoring the touchdown. But Lake Mills, they win big tonight, 42-7. And with Columbus beating Watertown Luther Prep, they win the outright Capital North for the first time since 1988. Meanwhile, 5-2 Darlington at undefeated Mineral Point. Love the Fatheads in the crowd. Pointers driving Isaac Lindsay, hands to Will Straka. He takes it all the way to the end zone, and Mineral Point up first, 7-0. Pointers on offense again. This time, Dominic McVeigh getting the handoff, running left, going to the left still, and then running away, all the way. Still going all the way. There we go.
Could still be running if he wanted.
I know, exactly. Then Straka strikes again. This time from short range. He can really do it all, this kid. Mineral Point dominating Darlington tonight, 47-16, the final. This is a good one, 7-0 Evansville at McFarland tonight. First half, Tyre Severson airs it out to Austin Schofield for the 22-yard play. Evansville is in business. Then they will go for 2 here. Severson with the ball again, this time to Jaden Obell for the 2-point conversion. 8-0 Evansville, but McFarland time now. Jeremiah Price Johnson rolls out, finds Carson Hill. He moves those legs as fast as he possibly can down to Evansville's 14-yard line. That will set up Ben Kalash. He will get 3 points because, you know, punters are people too, kickers are people too, special teams are people too.
Drilled it.
Important one there. McFarland winning 23-8, handing Evansville its first loss of the season. Watertown visiting Oregon. Panthers strike first. Teague Sudi takes the handoff, zooms his way 5 yards to the touchdown, 6-0 Oregon. 7-6 Gosling's Ethan Polly, quick slant to Cade Euler for the score, 14-6 Watertown. Same score here. Polly's going to keep it himself coming up. It will be a QB keeper from the 1-yard line, and it's a touchdown. Watertown dominates Oregon 42-13. Monona Grove hosting Fort Atkinson. First quarter action. coming up after the run out to the field. Brady Killer Lane taking the handoff, gets a huge hole, scores pretty easily, 7-0 MG. Then later, after a fumble recovery, Killer Lane with the ball again from inside the 5. Touchdown, Silver Eagles 14-0, and Monona Grove beating Fort Atkinson 47-15.
Stick around. Jonathan Taylor hasn't faced Michigan State in his Badgers career. We'll hear from him, the Packers, and talk some hoops next.
Wisconsin junior Micah Potter sat out all last year at Ohio State. He then transferred to UW after the first semester.
He didn't play for the Buckeyes last year at all, so that's 2 semesters he didn't play. He applied for an NCAA waiver to play immediately at Wisconsin, but was denied and has to sit out the first semester, despite sitting out the customary 2 already. I don't know. Head coach Greg Gard and Potter released statements yesterday, but we spoke with Potter today, who isn't pleased that he'll have to sit out a 3rd semester and not play till December 21st.
I don't know of another situation where someone's had to sit out 3 semesters instead of just 2. So, I don't know. I'm not sure why the reasoning is. I feel like it's unjust, as I said in my statement. But as of right now, there's not much else I can do besides just get the team ready for Game 1 against St. Mary's. That's what our goal is right now, is just to get better a day at a time, and I'm going to do my job to help our team get better.
The Badgers football team hasn't played Michigan State since 2016, meaning Jonathan Taylor hasn't had the chance to go for 100, 200, 300, who knows, against Sparty yet. He's racked up 3 Big Ten Offensive Player of the Week awards this season, but he knows that the 4th one is going to be a fight when you play a team like Michigan State.
Just another tough team, another tough opponent coming into Camp Randall, and it's going to take all of us. It's going to take everybody doing their part and making sure that we're executing 100%. One of those teams in the Big Ten where you know that each and every single week they have the players, they have the ability to beat anybody. So you can't slip up. You got to play clean football, because if not, they definitely will capitalize on those mistakes, and it'll cost you.
And Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers said the best Packers teams he's been on were the player-led teams in 2009, 2010, and 2011.
This year's group starting to resemble that. Free agent additions Preston and Zadarius Smith are playing like they've been in green and gold for years. Their energy and on-field production have been contagious, and it's a big part of why the Packers are 4-1.
It really has started with guys like Zadarius and guys like Preston, who have big personalities and show it and live it and enjoy each other. And I think that's the best thing that we have going for us. It's not, how great our defense is playing or some of the consistency we found on offense. It's that guys are coming together.
Thank you very much for everyone behind the scenes who makes this show go. Next week's Game of the Week, Wanakee at DeForest, a big one in 7 days. We'll be back after this.
It's like Thanksgiving dinner. We got so many people at this table. It's unbelievable. We got some time. You got anything else you want to throw to sports? The Bucks played tonight. What else?
It's going to be winter. Yeah, they won. Giannis had 34 points. He's not playing like it's the preseason. He's playing like it's the finals. Yeah.
Played like 12 minutes.
Hat, gloves,
the
hot
effort
chocolate,
is now.
coffee for tomorrow against Michigan State. The Badgers ranked 8th. Michigan State, always known for being tough up front. It's going to be cold.
Bundle up.
All
right, Dana?
Yeah.
I can confirm that, yes. We do have a freeze warning in effect for
Officially,
tonight.
you can
Yes,
say that.
yes. I definitely want to bundle up if you're heading out tomorrow. The wind chills in the morning are going to be in the 20s for some areas, in the upper teens. Even in the afternoon around game time will be in the 40s. Again, wind chills will be about 10 degrees below that. So a very chilly day, almost like the middle or end of November. Sunday also in the mid-40s. Partly sunny skies expected heading into Monday. And next week, temperatures will be just a little better. But tomorrow, of course, we are looking at a very cool day.
All right. Thank you, Dana. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10.
Do something good and have a great weekend.